Hi everyone, I am Aman Khare from Chhatarpur, Madhya Pradesh, and I welcome you all to my channel. I hope that you all are doing good and working for your exam with the utter dedication and discipline. So this video is in continuation to the series that I am running on my channel, which is about my strategy and how I cracked CGL 2021 and got a post of income tax inspector after securing AIR 264. So this is the fourth part of the series that I am running, and in the earlier videos that I have already published, I have already shared my strategy for general knowledge and English comprehension. In other videos I have also shared my notes and how I used a test series to get a good score in English. So if you have not watched those videos, you can watch it now. The link is in the description below. Also it must be floating here somewhere. In this video I'll be sharing my strategy of maths and reasoning. So in both these subjects I actually followed a similar kind of strategy. So I'm covering both of these subjects together. Before going to the strategy part of these subjects, I would like to address one myth about preparation of maths. So many aspirants think that the people who do not have the background of maths in their graduation or even in their 11th or 12th standard may find a handicap in preparing maths. So I would like to say that first of all, maths is asked only of till 10th standard, which I think every aspirant or every student goes through. And another thing is that they are very basic questions. So I would just say that there is nothing to feel demotivated about this, because the questions are up to 10th level, 10th standard level. And although I would say that the people who have the background of maths in their graduation subjects or even 11th 12th will have upper hand, but there is nothing to feel demotivated. So this was one thing. So now we will discuss the strategy part. I will just classify all the aspirants in two categories. This is my categorization. So in the first category I am putting the people who have the background of maths. So it can be in their graduation subjects, so the people who have done engineering, or the people who belong to commerce background, who have taken any coaching for CAT or GATE. Then some people who have done their BSc with maths. So in the first category are the people who have had at least one or two subjects of maths in their graduation subjects. And the another category is the people who belong to a humanities background, who have done BA with any humanities subject, or the people who belong to a biology background. The reason behind this categorization is that the people who have done engineering, or I am taking my example. So I did mechanical engineering from a college, and I used to, all the engineers have to sit for campus placement tests. So in that campus placement test we have to study aptitude or reasoning, and a similar logic goes for the people who belong to commerce background, or even who try to crack CAT, or who may have also done MBA. So this is the reason that the people who belong to first category of engineers or commerce background people or MBA have been in touch with maths till their graduation subjects. So for them, just revising the concept is enough. You do not have to start from the beginning. If you have had a good background, or you have had a good command over these reasoning or maths, you can just revise your concepts from any book that you have prepared or that you have referred during your preparation phase of any exam that you had done earlier, and just start practicing. So how to practice, I will come on that part later. So now the next category, which was of non-engineers or non-science background people. So for them, because they will be termed as beginners, I would say that there are many books that are available in the market. Even many of my friends have studied those books and cracked the exam. For maths, I would recommend the book of Gagan Pratap sir. So a book for both concepts and practice questions of Gagan Pratap sir is available in the market, and I have got very good reviews of that book. So if you are a beginner, you can start with that book, and I am sure that that book will fulfill all your expectations. And for reasoning, the book of Piyush Varsne sir is also available in the market. You can use that book for reasoning. Again, it will have the concepts and the questions for practice. Now, these are actually books which will make it an offline mode to prepare. So if you do not like offline mode, you can prepare these subjects online. So what I used to do for one or two topics that I was not very familiar with, I used to type the name of the topic on YouTube, and after that name of the topic, I used to write SSC CGL and the particular educator name. So you can write any educator name, whose videos or whose teaching style fits you. So if you want to learn online, you can do this way, and the video of 3 to 4 hours will appear on your screen, and it has both questions and concept clearing, so you can refer that as well. So this was the basic thing, that at least you should have your basic concepts clear before you start practicing. So the next step is the practice, which is the most important part of I would say maths preparation, because for maths and reasoning, for both the subjects I am talking about, so for both these subjects, speed is very important, because we get less amount of time and we have to solve more number of questions. So speed is very important, and speed will only come if you will have more and more practice. And for practice, I would recommend that you should more practice online rather than preparing offline. So if you have gone through your books, that is your basic resource book for clearing your concepts. For practice, you should start giving tests. I would actually highlight the advantages of preparing online or practicing online rather than offline. So the first and foremost advantage is that when the timer runs on your screen, it enables you to complete the question as per that time limit. And if you are just using your book and copy and you are solving those questions, you will find that more time has gone and you have solved less number of questions, because you will be affected by the surroundings that you have. Suppose someone has called you for water, or someone has given you a call, you will receive that call. But if you are with the timer, you are practicing online, you will ignore all of those calls and surroundings, and even people around you will also cooperate you, because they will see you giving test on desktop or even mobile as well. So this was the basic thing, that after your basics and concepts are done, you should just move to online to practice. And please avoid preparing with book and notebook, because it will not only take your more time, but also not help you garnering speed, because speed is very important. Also, the main exam will be taken online, so there is no point of practicing offline and wasting your more time. So this was the second thing. Now what I used to do is, I actually referred this book. So in one of my videos, I had shared that I was doing coaching for GATE. So I did it with Made Easy, and Made Easy prescribed this book in their book list, which is Reasoning and Aptitude. So it had all the concepts and all the questions related to that. So I just brushed up all the concepts with this book, and after this book was done, I shifted to test book and I started with the test series. Now the practice part is done. So how you have to practice is my more emphasis will be online. Now your basics are done. You can start with the chapter wise test. Once chapter wise tests are done, you can start with the sectional test, previous year questions, and once these all types of questions are done, you can move to full mock tests that are available in any of your test series. Suppose you have started practicing the questions through test series. Now you have attempted suppose one test, and the test had 15 questions and it was for 15 minutes. Now out of those 15 questions, suppose you have done 10 questions, So you have attempted 10 questions correctly, and 2 questions were wrong. You had attempted 2 questions, but they are wrong, and 3 questions you were not able to attempt only because of lack of time or because of anything. You have given more time to any other question. So ideally what actually is that if there are 15 questions for 15 minutes, so an ideal aspirant will have ideal time of 1 minute for one question. Now you have to keep this in mind that you should be spending 1 minute for one question. Although I know that some questions get solved in less time and some questions take more time, but it is just an ideal situation that I am talking about. So now what I used to do, I used to go through those 3 questions that were unsolved because of lack of time. So I used to go through them. Suppose out of those 3 questions I was able to do all of those 3 questions, but I used to track the time, right? So I used to open my mobile and I used to open the timer on that, and I used to solve that question. Then suppose I was not able to solve that question, I used to go to the solution that the test book or any test series has provided, and if that formula or the trick is not known to me, I used to note that trick in my notes. So I will also show my notes. So actually these are my notes that are actually filled with those tricks or formula that I used to get while solving unit tests. So this was for an unattempted test. For the questions that are wrong, definitely every candidate will do that. I used to resolve those questions that were wrong, and I used to note my mistake, what I have done. So a silly mistake kind of thing you can write in one page, in a particular page, that what silly mistake you do, because once you have done 7 to 8 tests, you can go through that silly questions page, silly mistakes page. It will remain in your mind that you have to avoid these silly mistakes. And the major highlight of my preparation was to go through the correct questions as well. So once you click on the correct question, you will get to see 3 types of time in the screen. I am talking about test book. So if you have clicked suppose question number 1, which was correct, you will click on question number 1, and once you click the question, there will be 3 times in the window. One time will be your time, that the time you took. Another time would be the time of time taken by topper, and the third time would be the time taken by average number of students. So what I used to do, suppose I took 1 minute 15 seconds for a question, and average student's time is suppose 1 minute 5 seconds. So for this kind of case, I used to check the solution of test book, because ideally if people have taken 1 minute and I have taken 1 minute 15 seconds, then there must be some trick or some formula that they have applied, and if I had applied that same formula, I could have saved my 15 seconds. So the time window of 10 seconds I used to keep in mind even for the correct questions. So the time taken by the average number of students is less than the time taken by me. I used to check the solution of it. So in that case, actually what happens, you also have alternative method of solving the question. Suppose you are taking long time, you are using different method, and another short method is already available for same question, then you should adapt to that question, because it will save you 15 to 20 seconds. That 15 to 20 seconds of time I can utilize in another question which actually needs more time. So this was my main strategy. I actually completed 80% of my preparation of maths through test series only. So just concluding the strategy, once you are done with your reference book, it can be any book for you. I had this book, but you can use any book, Gagan Pratap sir's maths book and Piyush Varsane sir reasoning book. Once you are done with that basics, you should start practicing online. Avoid preparing offline, because timer will definitely help you increase your accuracy and speed, and also will help you taking less time for doing same number of questions. And the third part is the analysis of the test series. So just keep analyzing all the questions. Even if the question is correct, you have to look for that time gap. If the gap has that 10 seconds window, you can have your window as well, but for me, I used to see 10 seconds, and then I will have to note that formula and note that trick in my notes, and I used to revise those notes, after every 7 to 8 tests. Next thing is, if there is some topic that you are unable to get, I used to write it on YouTube, and I have gone through one or two topics like that as well. So there are many videos of many educators who have given their lectures on any particular topic. You can do that. The very good feature of test book is saving the question, so you should please take advantage of that. I used to even take screenshot while operating on a mobile phone, and I used to take pictures through my mobile phone if I am on a laptop or a computer system. So you can use that, and you can also scroll those photos in your free time, so it will also help you to be connected with your preparation. So please try to implement these things. The last, I would say that we still have a lot of time, so you can prepare one topic in a day. It will be done by you. So good luck for that. In the next video, I will share my notes, because I have some tricks that I had written. So I will share those notes, and I will also share some tricks that I used while using test series or while practicing questions. So you can see that video as well. In the last video, I also solved one previous year paper of English, tier 1 of CGL 2022. So if you have not watched it, and if you want to see how I used to solve the question paper, you can watch that video as well. So till then, thank you for watching, and share this video with your fellow aspirants, and see if they can also find it helpful. So thank you, and if you still have not subscribed my channel and you are liking my content, you can press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.